I wondered what's your funniest or most memorable moment from filming together?
Ooh, something that I always found funny during our training, the wrestling moves are quite intimate and you have to be really comfortable not only with your own body, but with each other's bodies. And so many of the moves that all of us were doing, but it seemed like us in particular, because we wrestle each other so often, deal with, a crotch to the face.
Yeah.
And one of the first moves that we learned was the head scissor. And I remember them describing it to me. My stunt double, Helena, who kind of learned it first and worked it out with Chavo Guerrero, our wrestling coach, she was like, basically, when your crotch hits Chavo's chin, you know you're doing it correctly. And then she went on to buy this feminine spray called Summer's Eve, and she brought it in as a joke, and we all died laughing about it. And then it was like, so Alison, now you're gonna do the move with Betty. And I would be like, I'm just gonna take the Summer's Eve for a minute, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna run and pee. And you're like, shh.
So you did all your own stunts?
We did 98% of them. There's one move in the first episode that we couldn't do. We really took a lot of pride, I think, in being able to do all the moves ourselves. And Chavo and Shauna Duggins, our stunt coordinator, was really great at working toward our strengths and finding moves that we were capable of doing and excel at.
And wrestling is designed to do once for 10 minutes. And we would shoot 10-hour days. So it wasn't really sustainable for us to do it the whole time over and over and over again.
So we had incredible stunt doubles.
Yes.
They were on set with us all day, every day, like always ready to tag in if we were hurt or tired or whatever. And so there are many different combinations of the four of us that I think you probably see in the ring on the show, but we certainly were capable of executing all the moves that you see us doing.
It's mostly us.
There was a moment where I actually fell out of the ring. The first time I tried to get out of the ring, I fell out of the ring.
Some of the initial, when we were all in the ring together, when you first got us in there.
Yeah.
When we were like, you didn't know who we were, and it was just so weird and awkward, and everyone was, you kind of hated all of us, and you're like, what have I done? What's happening here?
And I liked
confusing.
when Alison did Tennessee Williams.
Oh yeah,
That was
genius.
great.
Yeah.
And I also like when I was trying to execute my shitty screenplay and just yelling at people to say Kuntar.
Yeah, I forgot about Kuntar.
Yeah,
Oh my god. The end, and everybody's like fully realized characters. It's just incredible to see. It was insane. I've got a picture of all of us together, and it's like, it just looks like
My most memorable things are watching you guys do it. Yeah. It does a little bit look like a drag show.
Yeah.
In the pilot, there is a fantasy sequence and it's really the first time you see proper wrestling on the show. Alison Brie and Betty Gilpin had trained a bunch, and they had been doing more training than the rest of the girls because they actually had to do a full match in the first episode. And it was so wild to see them in full hair and makeup. We had 350 extras. We were at the Mayan Theater in downtown Los Angeles that we had transformed into this smoke-filled, light-filled ring. And when they got in that ring, they were just completely transformed. They found a new gear. They were so astonishingly good. It felt like we were at a real wrestling show. The crew was completely blown away. You just saw all, our boom operator was just his jaw was on the floor. It was an amazing thing, because we had that moment where we're like, well, if this doesn't work, if this part of it doesn't work, we're sunk, or we're just gonna have to cut it together. But you could just watch them do that whole routine in one take, and it was mesmerizing. So that was pretty thrilling, and I think they felt like complete superheroes.
Do you have a favorite moment from that routine?
I mean, there was a moment where Betty jumps up on the ropes and Allie's in the ropes, and she just grinds her crotch directly into Allie's face as she's waving to the crowd. And I was like, well, that's our show. If anything's our show, that's our show.